Alrighty, so this is an implementation built out by Jordan Poole, our Director of Consulting and Senior Consultant. This is for, and this is kind of a wordy title. I tried to make this as simple as I could, but franchisee-specific inquiry follow-up via Zoho CRM and Analytics. So essentially what the goal here is that, we are working, our client in this case is a franchisor, right, who sells franchises to franchisees. And so in this case, the franchisor, our direct client, receives inbound requests for services, quotes, things like that. And they want to essentially send them over to the appropriate franchisee who controls that, geographical region. But they want to make sure that the franchisees are appropriately following up with them, taking a next step, validating if they're a good fit, right? Just to make sure we're not sending leads out into the void, right? Without any follow-up procedures in place. So when one of those inquiries comes into the franchisor CRM, it gets connected to a particular franchisee. For each of those inquiries, a unique form URL is generated that can be used by the franchisee to qualify and process that inquiry. And it's not a crazy form. It's kind of just validating that, hey, we chased them down, we had a conversation, they were or were not a good fit for these services. Really just an accountability tool to make sure, again, that we're not just sending good leads into the void to never be followed up with. Now, once that form gets filled out, the franchisor CRM is notified, so the inquiry is then considered processed. And on a monthly basis, an automated email gets sent out to each of the franchisees with a custom table that contains all the inquiries as well as the form URLs for those, so that the franchisee can go through, click through each of the forms, notate what they did with that particular lead, and send it back to the mothership, right? The franchisor CRM. So at the end of the day, from a technical perspective, not a crazy build, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a custom module, routing some data, generating a form that gets a record ID, right? The classic, so that we can tie it back to that original CRM module entry. And then just that automated email via HTML. We're really just finding a lot of use cases for that. The idea of on the first of a month, run a scheduled function that gets data, wraps it up in HTML and sends it out. It's just so much better than sending the franchisee 10 individual emails on the first of the month, right? Hey, do this one. Hey, do this one, right? Just, hey, here's all the inquiries last month that you need to go through and qualify for us so that we know what we're sending your way and that we know that you're chasing it down.
Well, Jordan did all this himself.
I believe so, yeah. Primarily Jordan on the build.
Fantastic. Very, very nice.